Hi guys, welcome to my series Culture Shock on YouTube. I hope we're all going very well today. Yes, let me just get right into it. This is part 2 of my road rules in Australia. So having migrated to Australia and understood, gotten my driver's license and, still at a learner stage, even though it's a full license, but I'm just trying to still get my head around all of the road rules, navigating my way around traffic that is Australia. And here I am. I think about 4 months into my driving, kind of dawned on me that driving is actually a privilege and a luxury. It's not just, you're not entitled to, just get your car and hop on the road and drive. Nah. Driving comes with a lot of responsibilities, and that responsibility actually can cost you a hefty fines. It's no joke. The fines are so steep that you can actually go broke and be in debt by just failing to not adhere to these rules. So, culture shock. Now, Nigeria, if you have driven in Nigeria, you understand when I say organized chaos, right? Organized chaos. I got here and I realized there's so many traffic signs. Like, you go from A to B and everyone there 20 minutes, it's already like traffic stop light sign. You're like, what is it? There's so much of you. But guess what? It does work. Because back home, there's none. There's few and far in between. In Benin City where I lived, there's few and far in between. So you're literally navigating and driving into people and just trying to get by, or you're trying to avoid a bicycle, a motorcycle, another vehicle, a truck. It is insidious. Now, I got here, noticed all of the traffic. I'm like, okay, Uzochi, you definitely need to start observing the traffic signs. Well, I copped the fine just by not listening to my own, advice. So on this day, I had my baby in the car. I think she just got immunized, so she was really distressed and crying, and I was also very agitated because I needed to get home and just get her settled. And so I don't know what, I think I lost my way. I had because I was still, I have to thank my navigation system, my car, to for all of the help. But again, it does take you through very funny routes at times just so you can find where you're going to. And so I was literally lost. I wasn't able to read the maps. I'm not exactly good at map reading, but I did get lost. And whilst I was lost, and then I started finding my way out of my confusion, I ran past the red light. I did not know. A month later, I got a fine in the mail, and $400 worth of fine and 3 demerit points. Now in Australia, it's a demerit system, so your driver license come 12 demerit points, and each time you break a law that is very significant, you lose 3 demerit points. And once your demerit points get right down to 0, you have automatically lost your driver's license, guys. And you don't want to lose your driver's license because you cannot get anywhere without a car. I know there's public transport system, which is good, but it doesn't. You want to get there now, it's not going to happen with the public transport. So you have to probably plan 4 hours ahead if you're going to go by public transport. But then, who wants that in this day and age? So I got this fine, and then it came with the letter, like, you can appeal this fine, blah blah blah. I'm like, what? Appeal this fine? Really? Is that possible? How so? But then it also came with a footage of me breaking the law. So I'm like, there's no way I can appeal this fine. Right then and there, I saw myself driving past the red light. It was a humbling moment for me, because then I knew, okay, I need to start taking this serious. Like, I just need to take this serious and not lose all of my points just before even starting my driving starting my driving journey in Australia. So that was a big culture shock for me, and I had to learn the hard way. But the learning curves did not end there. This was, I think, last year, right? So again, when the COVID pandemic, so guys, I lost track of how many tests I did in 2021. I honestly, between 2020 and 2021, I have lost count of how many coronavirus my daughter and I have taken. Anyway, so this famous suburbs in Australia, in Melbourne, excuse me, and the amount of traffic lights that are on the subs, that on the list it's ridiculous. There is no way you're not going to drive through that road and not cop a fine if you're not 4 times careful. Anyway, I had to go get tested and found a testing site just opposite the big hospital. And I felt, okay, side street, because guess what, another culture shock moment in Australia, parking you can't just park freely. It will cost you to actually park. So oftentimes the side streets have got 2 hours parking and half hour parking, 1 hour parking. And so you have to be sure that where you're going to, you're not going to be more than half an hour or an hour or maximum 2 hours. Just take note. So drove into the street, and I knew most of the rules, right? Don't park in front of the stop sign, don't do this, don't do that. So whilst on this very tiny side street, there were cars on both sides, so I had to be really careful so as not to hit any car whilst I was trying to find somewhere to park. I found a spot, and there was no sign on that particular spot that was free. Should have told me that there was something going on, because others would have parked there, but I did not think it through. So I did a U-turn and went there. Now I went there in order to find the signs closest to that parking spot, just so that I know if it was okay to park there. So I again did not turn off my ignition. I just went out of the car, tried to scan and see if I could find a sign to tell me if I was allowed to park there or whatever. No. And the sign was so far back, and it actually said no parking here. Immediately going to my car. This did not take me max maybe 50 seconds. It wasn't up to a minute. It wasn't up to maybe 20 seconds if even. And I drove off, because of course I finally found a sign and they said no parking there. It wasn't like a no stop sign. 3 weeks later, I got a fine in the mail. I think this was $300. So I've had 2 fines to my driving history in Australia. One I didn't lose the merit point for, the other I did lose the merit point for. Now it takes you 3 years, I didn't say this, to actually regain or get back your lost points. So in the fine, I stopped or parked at the no stop sign, and I said, this one I'm going to appeal this for sure. Of course it did come with that discretion to, if you want to appeal, blah blah blah. So I did. I wrote an lengthy email explaining the circumstances leading up to that unfortunate incident. And I was hoping to get a fair assessment, but nah, I got a reply saying blah blah blah, quoting all the laws, and I'm like, okay. I said, okay, I'm going to respond back and say, can I do this? Can I pay instrumentally? Because again, $350, it was just for the life of me. If you are converting that in Nigeria, that's a lot of money for just 20 seconds lapse in judgment, or 20 seconds trying to find the right guide. Anyway, they said, well, sorry, you are not, it's not, we don't have that provision for you to pay instrumentally. And I had to cough out $350, and again, a massive culture shock moment for me. So I am still, again, it's ongoing. This learning curve is ongoing. I'm still learning my way around driving in Australia. But if you, as an immigrant, you are, planning on, migrating somewhere, anywhere, make sure that you are conversant with the road rules in that country you're going to, because it could cost you a lot of money, and you don't want to go bankrupt just because you've got a lot of fines and you did not apply precautions on your as you drive. So that's it, guys. That's it. Until my next culture shock series, I'll see you soon. Take care. Bye.